guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today is a get ready with me tutorial type of thing. I really wanted to create this blue and orange look inspired by this bowl of fruit I have in my living room. I've got this big blue bowl filled with grapefruit, and I just was looking at it yesterday and I was like, I want to do a look that uses those colors. They go so nicely together. They're just so bright, and I think I've always loved this type of combo. These are the types of colors I chose for my wedding colors, so it's just has always appealed to me. And we did this star inspired look. I wanted it to have an abstracted feel of star points, so that's what's going on. It reminds me of a look I did with the Pat McGrath palette like last Christmas or something. So yes, that is this. We utilized Koi, the Viseart Koi palette, and Viseart Editorial Brights, and I think we pulled in one rando. I am off to go on a very special surprise birthday date for my husband. So if you'd like to see how I created this look, then stick around. Hey, so I already primed my lids using my NARS smudge proof eye base. I'm actually gonna start with this little guy. This is from H&M called Open Skies High Impact Eye Color, and it's a beautiful powder blue. It's very soft and pastel. I don't have anything like that from Viseart, so I'm going to start with this single. This is the ESEM W35. With a dash of this, I'm placing it above the crease, inching across and towards the temple. We're starting out that beautiful dramatic shape with this. This shade is from the Editorial Brights. But with this one, I'm going to place it more directly in the crease. I'm holding the brush with the long point towards the inner corner and sweeping outward. I think what I'm going to do is place this into the crease and do either like a cut crease or clean it up and create a lifted wing and then do the lower wing. I wanted something that resembles a star a bit in an abstracted form. The teal shade from the Editorial palette, and with this I'm just going to put the tiniest dash here in the inner corner. I don't want to overwhelm it with green tones. I want it to be truly blue. I'm going to go back into the H&M shade and blend right on top, bring that softer tone back. Now from the Koi palette, I'm going to use this turquoise shade, and I'm going to softly layer this over the shadows to give it a little bit of a glisten effect. So this past week in Chicago was crazy cold. They always show the temperature with wind chill, you know, and it was like negative 50 some, 54 I think. It was intense. The whole city went dead. Like, I've never seen it so deserted. It was nice having Ryan working from home some of those days, but he was so busy. So busy. So I'm actually gonna bring this, I'm just like tapping off the excess from my brush to make sure I don't have too much blue on there, but I'm going to take more of the glistening Koi shade and sweep it all the way through the brow. Soft wash. This is why I waited to do my brows, because it'll kind of peek through my brows. I didn't want to mess them up if I already have product in my brows. So I'm just taking a makeup wipe and cleaning up. So I'm not just taking away from the outer corner up, I'm actually bringing it from farther in because we're doing that orange element and I want you to see both almost like points of a star. Some people like to lay down tape first. I don't love that feeling of pulling off tape around my eyes. So that's why I don't do that. But if that's a method that really works for you, then of course, lay down tape first. Are we looking somewhat even? So I'm gonna pick a couple to do a gradient with. I'm going to choose this orange from the Editorial Brights, and then I think I want a softer shade. From the Siren palette, I've got a beautiful coral. This is the Marc Jacobs Fine Wine. I always use this when I want a red liner because it's my only red liner. But I am going to put this tight line on the lash line from above as well. Okay, so with my Esom T07 angled liner brush, I'm going to first start with the coral on the inner half, and then we'll end with the brighter orange on the outer half. I'm going to take some of my Esom Pro Mixing Medium and use this to create some fluidity. I'm taking it all the way across, kind of letting it drag all the way across without adding more product on the outer half. I'm pulling it farther than I want the actual color to be because we're going to overlap the two shades. Now for the brighter orange, I'm going to build the wing. So you guys, my skin has been through the ringer this week. Yikes, my lupus rash was so bad. Maybe the worst it's ever been in the 10+ years I've had lupus. Like, it was just intensely bad. And I think there's a makeup related product that made it quite a bit worse, like just escalated it, and that is this Juno & Co sponge. It's a microfiber sponge. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I've been testing it out, and it is not for my skin. I tried it quite a few times and it just made things so bad. I don't know if it's the texture or if it's something that they use. Holy cow. I feel so bad for ordering it, but you know, I like to try products out and I didn't know, so I'm taking more of that mixing medium and just finessing this liner. I'm not too fussed about it being crazy clean on the bottom part because we'll once again go ahead and clean it up, but that top line I do want it to be really nice because that'll be much harder to clean up if I am trying to do that. I'm taking more of the grapefruit color from Siren. I'm going to take a bit of red, the red from the editorial palette right here, and I'm just going to tap this right across the lash line on the outer third here. Just really stamping it into that lash line to create just that slight feel of depth. I might put in an even darker shade. Let's just go with black. Stamp it into the outer corner of the lash line, just to make the lashes look fuller. Okay, and without further ado, let's go ahead and clean this wing up. I would like to make sure to bring this into the inner corner, so with that grapefruit shade, I keep calling grapefruit shade, with that coral shade from Siren, I'm going to pull that into the inner corner. Then we'll finish off the rest of the face before doing the lash line, lower lash line. So with a little bit more of that mixing medium, I'm going to So for face primer, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Brightening Youth Glow Anti-Aging Color Correcting Glow Booster. And I'm definitely going back to my favorite, the Esom Pro Finishing Sponge. I just like it the best. Yeah, I was so bummed about that microfiber sponge because I heard such good things. But no, girl, no. Oh, I didn't like how it applied product either. I just felt like it was patchy and not for me. No, no, no. I gave it a good try too, like quite a few times. Favorite, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I tried the new Laura Mercier. I tried the new Dior and have that, and I tried the new Hourglass. But for me and my dry skin, the Giorgio Armani still definitely looks the best. The Dior looks matte on me, and so does the Hourglass. The Laura Mercier does too, but it's a little bit more, I don't know. I feel really happy with what I have and using, and I've been reorganizing, and it's just been really satisfying. So I've also been decluttering, and I've gotten rid of a couple palettes, and I feel good because now all of my palettes that aren't on display, I have the Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona palettes on display, but all the other palettes that aren't fit into one of my Michael craft store drawers. And I have a couple drawers that are empty now with nothing in them, and I like things like that. I think I inherited that from my mom. We like to have one closet in the house that's empty, one drawer in every dresser that's empty, just like keeping things organized and having extra space just feels good. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just our personalities. So I am going to see, this foundation just looks the best on me. Like, there isn't another one that looks quite this good. I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Do You Dewdrops liquid highlighter. I thought the tone would work really nicely with what we've got going on the eyes. Oh, it feels so nice to be wearing makeup. You have no idea. Like, I was legit missing doing my makeup. So much so that I just spent my time swatching what I have and reorganizing and just looking at my makeup. And I would even try and push my skin too hard, which is part of the reason it took me a while to heal up again, because it took me a few days to realize, oh no, this is just getting progressively worse and I need to cool it. In general, I do give myself at least 2 days a week free of makeup and skincare to maintain an irritation-free zone, because my skin can't handle the everyday. So that's what it looks like with the dewdrops. I am going to use liquid bronzer and blush because, again, my skin is so dry. So I'm going to pull out the NARS products. This is the NARS Liquid Laguna. I really hope Ryan likes his surprise. I'm a little nervous because, like, I thought it was a really good idea, and obviously I'm doing it, but I don't know, I'm just like second guessing myself, I guess. But I don't see why he wouldn't like it, right? He's talked about wanting to see the Blue Man Group, I think. Yeah, he has. I don't know. NARS Luster Liquid Blush. I chose this because it's a little bit more apricot and less pink. I thought the orange tone would go really well with what we've got. I've been watching a lot of K-Beauty. I like how they apply blush a little bit higher up and it looks a little more youthful instead of following necessarily the contour of your cheekbones. They don't necessarily always contour either. It just makes the cheeks look nice and round, which, do I really need help making my cheeks look round? But I don't know. I've been trying it out. And I realized I have yet to put on, what's it called? What's it called? Concealer. Yeah, so definitely want some concealer under the eyes and inch around the wing. I don't like the stark difference this concealer is giving me with how much lighter it is. So I'm taking a bit more of the Giorgio Armani and I'm going to tap that right into the concealer as well. Kind of mix the two. Yes, girl, I am feeling this. It's so hardcore. I'm gonna grab some Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish yada yada powder. And I'm just going to lock all of this in place because we're going to be out for quite some time. I think we're going to try and go ice skating too, so we've got a lot of plans. It's finally warmer. So it was getting down there to like -55 with wind chill, but now it jumped up to 40. Isn't that insane? I'm just like, are we in the desert or what? One of my makeup related resolutions for this year is to try more indie brand makeup. So we are working on that. Another resolution for me has been to be more active with my art career. So on Instagram, I'm going to just kind of put my work out there and actually post my work. I'm so private about my work until it's done that it just, I feel like people have no idea what my work even looks like. So I just need to be more confident and bold and put myself out there. And I think Instagram is a good tool And I need to update my website too, but my paintings take a long time, you know, it's a long process. So a lot of my updates and my stories are going to be my studio time and in progress. This was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I'm going to take some powder and gel. I finally got around to reading A Handmaid's Tale. I can't believe it took me like, it's been on my list for so long, you know, and so I finally read it and I was so bored. I know that's like so, it's not the popular opinion. It's so well loved and I can totally see why it's been such an important work. Like, it's blatant, in your face, feminist nightmare. But I had it in audiobook and I like had it going as fast as I could where I could still understand it. Just because I just didn't care. Whenever I don't care about the characters, I don't care about any of the story. It's just very hard for me to like a book if I don't like the characters, which is what happened. I just didn't. She can die, that's fine, I don't care. That being said, the world was very interesting and I loved the end, and I just didn't like the writing style, the choppy nature. I love dystopian stories and I love more speculative future type of situations, but I couldn't get into it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just thought it was boring and the characters were like, I just didn't know enough about them, or maybe I knew, or what I knew, I just was like, coral shade. I take a dash of that medium and I'm going to draw faint little elongated triangles. I'm just grabbing more and more pigment and building up the intensity. And I dip into some of that bright orange and focus that on the top third, so that it goes like, it sort of fades out. And to finish off the look, I'm going to put this in the lower waterline. I'm going to use a shade from the Koi palette for my cheeks, I think. I'm going to take from the Koi palette. This one is a coral shade. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to go in. Oh, look how cute that is. I'm still trying to decide what to do for lip. I think I'm gonna have to go with nude. It just makes the most sense to me. Use my Danessa Myricks Color Fix in Exposed because it's a perfect beige. I mean, we could do like a coral. I just feel like then we're pushing things into like the 80s or something, and I want it to be more editorial feel. I think this was a Mehron brush. Okay guys, and to top off the lip, I'm taking my Pat McGrath Labs Flesh 4 Lust Gloss. Just a nice deep nude. Alright, love bugs, so there you have it. This is the final look. I really hope that you enjoyed, and if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section down below that you're new and I'll come say hi. And if you have any special requests, leave them in the comment section down below. I love you guys lots, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.